That's what my, whatever I use to record. Photo booth. Hi friends. Oh my gosh, it has been forever. In fact, I was just gonna look that up. That's one of the things I forgot. I was like, when was my last Flosstube? May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. So June, July, almost August. Oh, sorry. Not sorry. As those of you that live in the upper Midwest or in the northern part of our country or in Canada or in Northern Europe, or right now it's winter in Australia, right? In the southern hemisphere. When the sun shines, you make hay. You make hay when the sun shines. And I love summertime. I love summertime. I can be outdoors. I can go do and see, and there's not 3 feet of snow that you have to plow or move or drive through to get places and do things. So I am busy. And like, if you've watched my past videos, you know that we bought a new house in the country last October, and we are we've got a lot of stuff to do outside. Plant gardens, plant apple trees. I discovered the other day that I have a plum tree. I have a plum tree. So now, though, it's kind of on the edge of our property and stuck in the woods a little bit, so I really need to get out there and clear the brush around it and trim some branches so that it can thrive. I don't know if there's another plum tree. I'm not sure if they have to cross-pollinate. That was one thing I was going to look up, and I did not, because information comes and goes, or things to do, right? I read a meme the other day. It said something about, don't tell me that my password has to be blah 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 blah, because I will disintegrate into dust in the wind if I have to remember one more thing. And I'm like, that just like spoke to my soul. I'm like, yes. So anyways, hi to anybody that's just finding me, or if you're new, if you're returning, you're my friends. Well, even if you're new, you'll be my friend, right? Welcome to my Flosstube channel. I am Julie. I am Julie in Stitches _16 on Instagram. Julie in Stitches 16 here. Why did I always say, write that down so I can tell people the proper information, but it'll be in the description. Another reason I think it's been a while is just being busy in the outdoors and with life. I started a new job at the end of May, which I love and is going very, very well. I wanted to give that, my full attention and time to learn to be a good part of the team. I get a little stressed out, and I have some anxiety about the time it takes kind of to do this and edit, and the pieces of me that are type A. I'm not total type A, but there are certain things I'm like, I just want things to be right the first time. It's time consuming. Like, you guys that do floss tubes know that you film and then you edit and then you upload and blah 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 blah. And the blah 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 is what gets me and makes me feel like I don't have enough time. So this video is raw. It's going to be raw. It's going to be unedited. It's going to be, when it's done, I'm going to upload it. Hopefully I don't say anything too dumb or too crazy in the process, but it's just going to be what it's going to be. And I'm going to share my love of cross stitch, and I have a little bit of knitting at the end and some books, because I read some books. I actually read well, we'll get to that, but I devoured a book. Like, I ate it as fast as I could. Like, wasn't ever gonna get any more. Anyways, okay. Yes, so, bird babble. Well, not as much bird babble as wildlife babble today, because, and I am borrowing in my raw and edited Julian Stitches journey, I'm borrowing a tool, if you will, from my very good friend Laura, who is a Lala D Stitches. And if you have not yet found her, which would be amazing because she's got like thousands of followers, go watch Laura. Oh my gosh, I dare you not to feel joy and laughter when you watch her. And she's an amazing crafter, gifted, talented. I've talked about her ad nauseum, I know, before, but just a creative genius, really. Eye for color. She's a quilter, she's a seamstress. I think so. Laura, am I lying about you? I could be lying about you. Sorry if I'm lying about you, but I'm sure you could be an expert seamstress if you wanted to be. But anyways, she's amazing. She's a great human with a wonderful soul. And anyway, so she just uses her iPad with pictures to show you like where she is with progress on her pieces, and or any other like photos she wants to share. So I'm kind of going to do that from what I could find. I'm not going to have like a before and after for a lot of my projects, because again, that's the blah blah blah, and sorry, just it was just a little overwhelming for me. And maybe come winter time we'll go back to the old strategy, but for now, here we are. Okay, so wildlife babble. I may or may not put treats out for, you know, creatures so that I can entice them to visit my yard, so that I can see them and view them and enjoy them. Anyways, we had, a few weeks ago, we had triplets. We had a doe with triplet fawns. So that's rare enough in itself, right? I was like, oh my God, there's three fawns. Yes, triplets. Usually, you know, twins are a pretty regular sighting in Wisconsin with white-tailed deer. Triplets are a little bit more rare. Like, you get excited about triplets. Well then, like a week later, so this was last week, Monday or Tuesday, four fawns. I think I can get this to like, look at them. Look at the cuteness. For that poor mother, quadruplets. Like, oh. They were here for about 15-20 minutes. I was very, very quietly walking to a different window in my house to get this picture, which is not very good. I do have a short video clip too, and if I was editing, I'd insert it, but that may be that this doe, who I have named Stella, was babysitting, right? They do band together, or if a fawn gets orphaned, I believe white-tailed deer will adopt. They are kind of semi-packish, like they travel together, at least the does do. So it may not have been all of her kids, but because I was so excited about this and intrigued and amazed, I am going to believe that those were her quadruplets. That's what I'm going to believe. So believe it with me, if you will. Yeah, quadruplets. What is going on? We have had, you know, the birds kind of disappeared-ish, right? Still coming and going, but nesting time, so they're out having their babies, hatching their eggs, caring for their young, which is great. Hopefully feeding them more insects than seeds, so not coming to the feeders as often, which is great. Did have a baby cardinal a couple weeks ago. That is a baby cardinal. You can tell that the beak is not yet orange, the classic cardinal orange, right? So I am unsure if this is going to be a male or a female. It looks like it's trending. It looks like it's trending towards female. Looks like it could possibly be a female, a young female cardinal. So yeah, that was awesome. And then I'll show him. Well, maybe I put it, no, yeah. That is a baby Oriole. You can see teeny, oh, and there he goes. She goes, there it goes. Not sure what it is. You can just see a little baby feather still sticking out right there. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, my heart. Anyways, okay, and then the only other crazy, like, cool, I have 2 hummingbird feeders right out this window of my office / craft room, and the squirrels like to try to get up here because I also have a bird feeder in the window. Oh, which is down right now. Yep, probably gone because of these little guys. For some reason, they're squirrels, right? Like, there's rails. They climb on and up and around and about on anything with their long nails and their climbing prowess. No, they lay down and crawl under that hummingbird feeder. Craziest thing. So this dude was laying there for like, I don't know, 5 minutes maybe, trying to figure out how to get underneath of it, and I just thought it was the craziest thing. So squirrels are fun. Squirrels are plentiful. Squirrels are overwhelming me right now, but they gotta eat too, so we will let them. All right, cross stitch. So I don't feel like I have done a whole lot. Again, make hay while the sun shines. However, I do, when I was putting my list together, I'm like, okay, well, that is a lot of whips that I've worked on. But again, it's been 2.5 months, so, and the progress probably isn't plentiful. So we're just gonna dive right in. I did not put these in order that's on my list, so we'll figure it out as we go. Raw and unedited. All right, first, and I think this was, there's floss in my zipper. There's floss in my zipper. That's something you only hear in the Flosstube / cross stitch world. There's floss in my zipper. I gotta write that down. That might be the title of the video. There's floss in my zipper. Oh my gosh. Ay. Oh, I see clouds. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. That's so exciting. And okay, segue before we get into this. If you guys have watched me before, you know me. My heart and my prayers and my positive thoughts go out to all of you in the Northeast with all of the rain and the flooding. Ugh, been there, done that. So I know how crazy and what a tragedy that can be and how it affects so many lives. But we have been in a drought for months, a few months. Every weather system, northern Wisconsin's okay, I believe southern Wisconsin's okay, but us here in the middle, man, every time there's rain coming or it looks like we're finally going to have a shower or a thunderstorm, it either dissipates before it hits us or it goes around us. It's like there's a bubble. Like I feel like I'm in a Stephen King novel and I'm under a dome. So literally I think it's rained maybe 4 times in the last couple of months. So I spend a lot of my time watering my plants, watering my garden, you know. We don't water the grass. It is what it is. It's hard and crunchy. I like to walk barefoot outside and ground myself, and it hurts a little. I won't lie. But, yeah, so it might rain this afternoon. So, and I'm seeing big billowy clouds, so I'm getting excited. All right. Floss in my zipper. Floss in my zipper. This is one of my oldest whips, A Perfect World by the Scarlet House. Kind of the pattern that got me to dive back into cross stitch hardcore, because I know I've read it out loud several times. In a perfect world, you'd find me here with the birds and the flowers and the dogs and the deer. And that's where I am. That's where I am. I'm here. I'm with the birds and the flowers and the dogs and the deer. I love it. Okay, so do I have a before? I don't. I do not have a before. There's the floss that was stuck in my zipper. This was a June whip go pull. Well, I wrote it down. Where is it? Yep, June whip go pull. And I was going for a finish, and here's why I was going for a finish. And you guys, I'm going to show this to you. You're going to be like, no, you weren't. You're not close to a finish. There I am. In June, though, I did do all of these checkerboards, and so I just have that checkerboard to fill in. And why I say that I'm going for a finish is because I am not going to do this. I decided. I hemmed and hawed and said, okay, I'll just do the flowers and not the black fill in, because that's a lot. A lot of fill in. This is on a 14 count Ada. But then I decided, I think as I was working on it, that I'm just done. I'll be happy and satisfied to not do that. I think that it'll look amazing, because my plan for this is to try to make my first pillow so that I can put this on a love seat, or we need to get a love seat, like outdoorsy-ish, for our sunroom. And it can sit there. I am not afraid that it will get dirty or dog hair, because everything in my life has cat or dog hair on it. Everything. Like, there's nothing in my life that does not include fur from some beast. So I am okay with that. So I changed the dogs. I think I mentioned this before. Let me see if I can get that closer up, because, like, even if this is a time capsule for me, I was very proud, like, just getting back into cross stitch, that I made that dog look really close to our dog Ringo. Really close. This dog I changed to resemble our dog that passed about 5 years ago, Natty. And of course over here is Lucy. And I even gave her a little white patch on her. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. So yeah, and I did change the colors of some of the flowers on here. Just kind of personalized it. Put my favorite, like, blue, purple, etc. So I should just get this out, like, for one night and finish that and be done. And then move on to the figuring out of making a pillow. Which will be a fun adventure. I like fun adventures. It is so crowded. Like, you guys, I don't even know where I'm going to put things after I show you. So, excuse my bending and stooping. Bending and stooping. What do we got next? The greenhouse. Greenhouse of oddities. So this is the last, because I'm still working my way through part one. So far behind. This is a Sal, Greenhouse of Oddities Sal, by Lola Crow Cross Stitch. Wonderful, brilliant designer. There it is. I know many people are participating in this Sal, and as they should, because it is awesome. Like, some of the plantings, I'm excited. I'm really excited. I think I'm probably going to start doing some of the plantings just to keep my interest. I don't know if any of you guys do that. I know I've seen some cross stitchers, Flosstubers, and Instagram friends that go, I worked my way over here so that I could do this. that's kind of how I also, to keep my interest and to really, and to make it fun for me, which, right, this is a hobby, it needs to be fun. I'll just like cross stitch my way up to stitching the cacti, or, you know, whatever will keep my interest sometimes, because borders sometimes kill me. Oh, sorry about my thread. So this is where I am. Not too shabby. I'm done with this, with the greenhouse for a minute, and I put the little frog because he's so cute. Fred the frog. I am doing this on, we're just going to use our chest today as a showing point. 18 count Ada by Stitch Me. I believe I won this in a fight because it just said number 92. Called for DMC. That was easy. So that's where I am on greenhouse. And I do want to give this more love. Actually, the middle square for July, the middle square was called on WithGo for July, and my middle square just said, work on a sale or catch up on a sale. Well, when you're in however many sales, sorry, my throat is, allergies are still, like, that's the only bummer about summer for me, is my allergies are always dumb. But I'll just drink it down. Catch up on a sale, but if you're in so many sales, it's hard to just, like, catch up. I'm never going to catch up on all of them, but I will work on this more. I promise. Okay. Next. Oh, I did a little bit of work on the Blue Flower Night Walk Down. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. And my cat Jack is in here. That's why I love it so much. So let's see. Where's my card? Do I not have a card for this one? Well, I have that. It's on Flannel Flower 40 count by Fox and Rabbit. And yes, it goes this way. No, yes. Yep. So I believe that I got more of the border done, and then I'm like, get me off this train called life. Get me off this border. And I went in and worked on this flower because I just needed to. And I love this needle minder. Rest in peace, Robin Williams. Mental health matters. It was a drive-by fruiting. Oh, I love Mrs. Doubtfire so much. Such a good movie. I did change some colors. I don't know. There's my color. This is how I make a copy, and there's my color conversion. So I am using some different colors. I think I got rid of anything that was weeks. And just kind of subbed in some other colors that tickled my fancy. Because I just like to do that. I am a color changing gal. Alright. Next. Oh, you guys, I'm so sorry. I think it's a Flosstube thing too. Like, you get on here and your throat clogs up. The Woodpecker. You're in the Woods series number 9. Cartage. Cottage garden samplings. Yeah. And if you have tuned in before, as you will recall, I was working on this every time I saw my giant woodpeckers. My pileated woodpeckers. However, they have been off tending to their young. Good parents. So I have not, I hear them. So I know they're there, but they're instead of eating suet, they are gathering insects for their babies, which good job, Mom and Dad. Good job. So that is where I am. Oh, I do have him. Is it different? It is. And that is where I was. This is really hard to hold. Can I do it together? I can. Maybe YouTube will capture that. I doubt it. YouTube never captures, like, I'm like, oh, maybe it'll capture that. And then I get these really odd screen, whatever. So he is on, nope, it's a she, it's a girl. I remember. We figured that out. I figured that out. 40 count, Forbidden Fiber Co. Oh, words. Granite. Oh, granite. I love that color. Love it. Some called for, some fancy. I'm subbing in a few different flosses. Again, I don't... Yeah. Because that's what I do. Did I use a cottage? I'm sure I used a cottage garden thread. Oh, I did. I used Chinese lantern, cottage garden threads. And do I have a... Would be surprised. I don't have a Night Stalkers calling, but you will see them. Don't you worry. Don't you worry your pretty little head. Oh. I'm not mentioning all the bags either. Just see, no steel trap. Aluminum at best. Aluminum trap. Maybe. Might even be pushing it. This is Quaker Piece by Bygone Stitches. Oh, I love this pattern. Oh, I want to get this done. This was called in, did I write it down? In June as well. I did put, so I modified my Whip Go board because as Jessie Marie tells you, it's yours, do what you want. And I knew it was summertime and there was no way I was gonna be putting in 8 days of work on anything. Maybe 8 days total in June working on everything that I worked on. So I modified it to 5. And I did get 5 days. And that, my friends, is where I am. So I worked my way down this side and got all of this done. This is, I know you're saying, boy, not a lot. However, I am doing this on a 28 count. Oh, I just gotta start getting these cards out before we start. 25 count, 1/1. I don't know about you guys that do like tinier stitching. Like this isn't tiny stitching by any means, but it's tiny-ish, right? I don't know, like it's slower for me. And I stitch in hand. Maybe I'd go faster. And I do complete my stitches because this is variegated. Not that it's very variegated. I probably don't need to do that. And really, it's mine, so I can do whatever I want. But the dark teal, oh, I love this colorway. God, I love this so much. Is Old Hag. Is that doing it justice? It is. Old Hag by Brenna Needle. And then this lighter, which I just put a few stitches in because I made a boo-boo and I had to make sure that I was going to fix it, correct it, so I could move on, is Rain Shower Classic Colorworks. And I really love this too. This is like, I'm very, very into like vintage teal everything. And I love that. Anyways, Quaker Piece. Oh, do I want to finish this and get it on my wall. This I will frame. I will. I will probably try to find some cool thrifted frame. I've decided that with a kid in college, and, you know, another kid that I still try to help out, and having to buy cross-stitch supplies so I can do more projects. Like all of that framing cost. I know I told you guys, oh, there it is. I got my mom's painting framed that she painted when I was young. And it was expensive, like, I won't lie. So I'll just frame things myself. I'm good with that. I'm sure I put a little work in on this. Is Pipevine by Carolyn Manning. I started this with, you know, all y'all in May for Manning May, hashtag Manning May, Sal. Ooh, so pretty, so pretty. But I did do some of my own color swaps because, and I got a little bit of everything in here. I wanted it to be like all like Southwestish, so like teals and terracottas and golden sunshine, golden sunset yellows, and gold. And I don't even know what I did, you guys, because I haven't worked on this for a while, but that's where I am. That is where I am. And I love it. I love it so much. It is so, and it's so fun to just put in a square, like pick this up, put in a little square. And that's what I really need to do, is just like, oh, hey, in the morning on whatever day, I'm going to put a square in on this. You know, say how I would finish that. I do know that I have a lot of Southwestish type things throughout my house, so who knows? Who knows where it'll land? Who knows what it'll land? I can't remember the fabric. Let's go back to May. Number 12 Stitch Co 40 count. It was an ornament piece that she sent me. So yeah. Oh, number 12 Stitch Co. I need to order more fabric from her because this is amazing fabric. And she is a fantastic dyer. I was organizing my fabric, or starting to organize my fabric the other day. I'm putting them into, oh, you can kind of see right back there. I just got those, like, I think off of Temu, like 4 for $10 or something. They're just like more solid, like cloth boxes, so that I can, because my drawers were just, I was trying to fold them and put them in there, and it was a mess. So I just need to get more organized so I can, when I'm looking for fabric, I can see what I have. Darn it. I put a little work. So sad. So April was Earth Day month. Earth Day is every day. But from the Stitchers Collective, I had... Sorry, Miriam, you're upside down. From the Stitchers Collective, I had started Mother Nature by the one and only Miriam, who is Marroomy Designs, my friend. And she is a fantastic and brilliant designer as well. And if you have not gone, I'll have her linked. Please. Her patterns are just amazing. And she is also an amazing and wonderful human being with a brilliant soul. So, oh, I have another Earth Day pattern in there. I'm like, why is that so thick? Here is my progress, and just finish it already. I really need a finish. Like, I didn't start with any finishes, you guys, because I haven't had one. I haven't had a finish. Oh, that's okay. Right? A little nonsense, knowing that you're relished by the wisest men. That's where I am. So close. I mean, really, I got her headpiece, the bottom, and then the other border. And that is, did I dye that? Did I dye that? Did I make a card? Oh, goodness gracious. Seriously? Oh, Color and Cotton, Snowy Pine. That's right. Aluminum Trap, Snowy Pine, and Evergreen. There's our Night Stalker calling. Oh, do I love this colorway. Do I love their thread. Oh, like, I just can't even with them. I don't get paid, I promise. Oh, I just really do. They just go, they're on the Etsy, on the Etsy. They are on Instagram. I don't know if they're on Facebook. I'm not the hugest Facebook person, so I don't, sometimes I will, I mean, I do follow like Cottage Garden Threads on there and whatever. I guess if I looked, I do go on Facebook now and then. I just need to look. How about that? How about that? Oh, Dr. Kristi, if you watch this, just I'll get caught up. It is not, your pattern is amazing. And I was gonna stick with it this year. I'm like, I'm doing a temperature and I'm gonna keep up a temperature chart. I'm gonna keep up Temperature Birds by the one and only Dr. Kristi of Dr. Kristi, or Kristi's Corner Needlework. Or is it just Kristi's Corner on Etsy? She'll be down below. I'm pretty sure she's just in all of my videos. Yeah. 40 count. Let me see if I can do this without looking. I'm not gonna try. 40 count Grace Notes fabric butterfly tee. It's an even weave, and I love all my little teeny tiny birds. And January through April, they've all come to rest on the fence. However, May, we have pieces of birds, which is not a very fun thought. And June, we barely have a fence, and it's already July. So, catch up sale space for this month should really include Temperature Birds. Really should. And of course, I have said before, all of the lows are Night Stalker Calling colorways. See, you guys, really, please. I mean, I almost hate to say it because then if I... Oh, I have a cottage garden thread in there. Imagine that. If they sell out of a colorway because I'm telling you all to go there, then I would be upset that I didn't get a chance to get it. I'm being selfish. I'm not selfish. Please go. Go. Everyone should enjoy their threads. And they're really, really great to work with. And then the highs are all a rainbow of DMC. Rainbow DMC. I should have done rain days, like done a different color for rain this summer so I could point out 1, 2, 3, 4 days of rain. 4, 5 days maybe. Sad. Sad. This was a Wicco call for this month, July. I love this piece. Why do I always love all of the BAPs, the big ass projects? Oh, because I just want to finish this because I just love it so much. Ink Circles Dog's Declaration. Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Squirrels. Which is the mantra in my house. Did I have it? I didn't have it before for this one either. That is where I am. Please don't mind my clips. I stitch in hand, and this is a lot of fabric, so I had to figure out a way to rein it in, so that I could stitch more comfortably, and that is what I came up with as I sat at my office desk, where I also stitch, because my office and craft room are the same space. And this is being done on Picture This Plus Tyco 40 count Newcastle linen with the called for Valdani. I am going to change some of the dogs to, just like in a perfect world, to be the color of my current and past dogs. So blacks, yellow lab, black lab, and Ringo, the pug Sheltie mix. He is interesting. He just got a haircut. I took him to the groomer for the very first time because he, like, imagine a pug body. He's right here, but I won't. He's about 35 pounds. He's a heavy dude. Imagine a pug body with Sheltie hair. I will just show you, and then you won't have to imagine. You can just see. So here is a before of Ringo, before his haircut. So pug, Sheltie, and oh, there's an after. So not much of a difference except that his legs are lighter. She shaved his underneath heating and cooling system, trimmed everything up. I gotta trim up his ears a little bit more. Did his nails. Yeah, double shampoo, double condition. Yeah, I'm really glad I found her. Very inexpensive. And he's 10. He's almost 11. So gosh darn it, he deserved a spa day. I don't think he was happy that Mom left him there, but he was very happy to see me when I picked him up. But yeah, spa day. All right. Were those all of the whips? Oh, strawberry fields forever. I'm so falling. Oh, I don't know. Have I shown this before? Have I shown? I have a couple up by the windows too, but you can't see them because they're blurred. But you guys, the Dollar Tree for your needle minders. The Dollar Tree has these metal stands or metal hanging, and I just like have 3. I'm getting to the point where I need 4 or more because I know I have needle minders in places that I don't. They're just in places. Some of these I made. So the Bon Jovi, the Dave Matthews Band, I made out of pins. And then just various boxes and Mad for Minders and whatever. The Wonka Bars I got from Top Knot Stitcher with an order because I ordered RETM Willy Wonka. I really gotta get that out too. I love Willy Wonka. I know you guys probably have heard me reference. Okay, next. Strawberry Fields Forever. Strawberry Fields Forever. Let me take you down. Magical Mystery Tour Series, Blackbird Design. I have all of them. I have finished Octopus's Garden. I am also working on Yellow Submarine. And this is Strawberry Fields. Oh, my needle is not on the minder. That's it. Part of the border. So I put in some of the strawberries. I think before I just had some green vine and I filled in some strawberries one day. I think because I saw Laura Lalady Stitches had worked on it, so I was craving it. I am using a Vicki Clayton hand dyed silk pack. The hype is real, my friends. The hype is real. If you have not tried Vicki Clayton silks, go, try, get. She'll have like mystery packs, like if you just want to get some to try out on something and stitch with, like sometimes I think pretty cheap, or misdyes or whatever. I always look if I'm gonna go order from her. Do I have a card? No. No. Gosh darn it, Julie. Okay, so Nicholas Flamel, though. You've heard me talk about him. Tomas. He's a dyer. He lives in Hungary. He sells on the SD. And he has amazing fabrics that are so nice to work with and are just so beautiful. So I will be doing, I don't know what on what. I put that lighter piece and this kind of darker modeled piece in here because, you know, I gotta start Eleanor Rigby, Long and Winding Road. I won't sing them all to you. And Blackbird Singing in the Dead of Night. Okay, that's it. It's not karaoke night or day. All right, new starts. Long time. This is a quote from The Last of Us. This is Nocturnus Arts on the SD, on Etsy. I declared June the month of starting all the strawberries. I didn't start all the strawberries that I wanted to, but I did start a few strawberries. And I worked on Strawberry Fields, so this is where I got to. That is all. I mean, it's a lot. That is all. I think I only worked on this for a couple days, and then I'm like, I am just gonna finish this, and then I didn't. XG Design Dirty Clothes 46 count. I picked my own floss for this. Combo of my own choices and some DMC, I said. That's what I said. It's my story. I'm sticking to it. So DMC, bat, I was going to say bat guana. Bat orchid. It's not bat poop. It's not guana. It's orchid. Bat orchid. Ooh, a Belle Soie strawberry shortcake is in here. A wild strawberry dinky dye. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. They have brilliant threads too. A needlepoint silk. Another one. And pistachio. Oh, another flower silk from Stitchy Box. Yeah, so I just kind of did my own thing. And I like it. Oh, and I made this big. Sewing. If in the kindness of your hearts you could tell me where to get, or where, if there's any hints, tips, or tricks. I'm new to sewing. Very amateur. But how to cut fabric, because this bag is like 2 inches smaller than what I thought it was going to be. It looks fine, and it works for this pattern because, I mean, this is just my printed paper copy, right? I can fold it, I can put it in here. I don't care, but I would prefer the bag to be bigger. I don't know. But I had, where did I get the strawberries? Somewhere online. And then I got that backing fabric, or the inside fabric, at a thrift store. Yay, me. Yeah. So I know, I just gotta keep going. Okay. Jeez, okay, this is gonna be long. I'm sorry. I was gonna try to go as fast as I could and not have it be an epic story as usual, but here we are. I am a huge 80s, 90s, child of the 80s, 90s. I was a very big horror film / thriller film girl. I still enjoy them. Not as much as I did when I was younger, but Silence of the Lambs, man. Can't argue with Silence of the Lambs. Classic. And phenomenal filmmaking. It rubs the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again. So, Halloween. I mean, or forever, or wherever. But, I like just started this on the 9th. What's today? 22nd. So, this is just a piece of 20 count oatmeal Ada. So it's going pretty quickly. I think I'm gonna finish the death moth, right? Is that what you call that? Is that a death moth? Is that right, you guys? And be done. It rubs the lotion on its skin. I'm pretty sure that anybody in the film world, film reference quote world, will know the rest of that, right? I just like that is, I think that's good enough. And it's mine, so I can do what I want. I used for this, I of course picked, I mean, I think it's just DMC. But I am using Brennan Needle, The Haunted Hike, which is this awesome, like, you can barely see some of the contrast, not contrast, but like modeled in purples and lighter grays, and it does not really, I mean, it just adds a little depth. It just adds a little depth to, like, you can see it in the moth in his wings. And the yellow, surprise, surprise, Night Stalkers Calling in the colorway Ew, David. Ew. And then I am going to the little gray in his face. I got this little card pack of Vicki Clayton, like, ends? I don't know what she called these. I can't remember. approximately half yard. I don't know, but this is the colorway Xenops. Xenops. 5135 Xenops. Yeah. This was an easy, like, I needed a quick win. I could sit down and finish this today. And that's what I should do. I should do that. Since I'm not going to edit this, you're going to be raw and unfiltered. I should sit down and finish that, and then I'll have it finished, and I will feel good. Feel good. The beginning of July, Miriam, Marroomy Designs, and Nithya from Daybreak Stitchery. Please also go watch Nithya. She is a joy and a wonderful human and a brilliant, very smart soul, who I cannot wait to see and be with and pick her brain about all things flowers. Along with the designer of these next two patterns that I started at the beginning of July, Sarah from ModCross Design. She's also, she lives on a farm, and she plants, or she always posts pictures of all of her beautiful, beautiful flowers, and I will take all the help I can get for growing things, because I'll tell you this, I try, I really do, and I see what happens, but I will welcome knowledge. So, anyways, Marroomy Crafts and Daybreak Stitchery, Nithya and Miriam, started a hashtag Let Us Shine sale. I'll put that in the description. And it was for this pattern by ModCross, Sarah, Pansy Bloom. And she has the scientific name, but she also gives you just Pansy if you want to stitch Pansy. What I think is going to happen is I'm going to put Pansy on the top and the scientific name on the bottom. Would it be the botanical name, Sarah? Botanical. And then this is her other design that came out previously, Marigold Bloom. And the colors, like, her fabric choice was just perfect for this, because wow, does that pop. That is just so beautiful. Again, scientific name, but she gives you marigold. So I, in complete and total confidence and expectation that my friend Sarah is going to design more of these beautiful flowers, I chose to let me find my face. Let me find my tongue. 40 count flax Newcastle linen. And I have started both of them. So on the 3rd I started the pansy, on the 4th I started the marigold. And that is as far as I got on both of them. So I just go like back and forth. I'll be like, I'm going to put a string of floss in the marigold today. I'm going to put a string of floss in the pansy tomorrow. And then there's room, wink, wink, hint, hint, for more beautiful flowers from ModCross Designs on this piece of fabric. Because I love me some flowers, and I love me some ModCross. So thank you to Sarah for these wonderful patterns. Again, in a bag made by me with my favorite. You guys have heard me talk about all my love for all things of the desert, Southwest, Roadrunner, and a Joshua tree, my favorite. However, it is small. Oh, I don't know. I cut fabric in mass to make, like, I have some in a bag over there, just the fabric pieces, because cutting the fabric is the worst of the worst. I was watching B&E Stitchery, B&E, mom and a daughter, and the mom was teaching the daughter to sew too, and she's like, I hate the cutting of the fabric, and I'm like, girl, I am with you. I not a fan either, because I obviously don't know how to cut fabric. Who would have thought that? Anyways, my glasses. Okay, so I got a Stitchy box. Stitchy box. I got a Stitchy box. Because I had heard Michelle Bendy talking about them forever, and I had gotten that bat guana silk, bat orchid. And so I wanted to try one of their boxes, which was awesome, by the way. I suggest it. I may get more in the future. But like I said, I'm a kid in college and all the things, so I'm trying to rein in my spending. But in the box, ooh, train tracks. Okay, was this bag. Just a, what do you call this? Linen. It's a linen. You call it linen. It's a linen bag. Just a plain old bag. And then there were some silks from their silk collection. There was a lemon needle minder. Oh, here it is. It was a very summertime box. Lemon needle minder, very cute. I like enjoying me some lemons. I put fresh lemon in something every day because apparently it's good for my skin and my eczema. I don't know if it's making a difference. And then all these beautiful flower silks were in there. Oh, I don't even know if I have all of them. And this is a stitchy silk, flower silk. So these are beautiful summertime colors. I'm probably missing one. I think there were 5. Oh yeah, here's another one. This green. Ooh, I love that green. That is very pretty. Anyway, okay. So I was not prepared for this at all. Because I gotta find that. Okay, there it is. All right. So I'm looking at this bag. Oh, and this the strawberry pattern was in there, so that was fitting for me. I'll find something to put strawberries on. Look at that. That's cute. And I'm like looking closer at this linen in this bag. I'm like, that's super stitchable. So I decided, okay, I was watching Michelle Bendy, looking at the bag, and I decided that she was, oh, raw and unedited, you're getting it, you guys. I'm so sorry. Michelle Bendy was talking about doing, like, if you have patterns and you just like one motif on there, and but you bought the whole pattern, right? You're like, oh, I just don't want to do this whole pattern. Like, it isn't calling to you anymore, but oh, I really enjoy that butterfly or that plant or that border or whatever. About getting a piece of fabric and just like putting motifs. Just, I like this motif and I like that motif, and I'm like, what a wonderful idea, because I have way too many patterns, both digital and print, that I'll probably never get to. Some of them I bought and now I'm like, but I really like that goat or that deer or that funky flower, you know, whatever. Like, the bag is linen. At the beginning of July-ish, or just maybe a few weeks ago, or a couple weeks ago, Darling and Whimsy, the beautiful Deanna, released a charity pattern called the Quirky Quaker Revenge Orca, with 50% of all the proceeds being donated to Oceana Canada, which seeks to make our oceans as rich, healthy, and abundant as they once were. So I know of Oceana around the world. They work to help clean the lake and campaign against pollution, etc. So Ophelia, the Revenge Orca, I don't know, I just named her that, is on my bag. Not yet completed. Darn it. I wanted to have her done by the time I filmed this video, but it just wasn't working out. So when I measured, after I stitched a little, and I'm like, and mistakes were made, this looks a little different from the pattern, it's fine. It's all good. I'm fine with that. I really don't. I don't care. It's like a 58, 60 count. I don't know. So over 2, it's like a 30 count, 29, 30 count. So tiny stitching, not teeny tiny stitching. I had started Ophelia on a piece of 32 count Lugana, but because I was trying to rip her out. However, it was too thick. It was just too thick. So I could pull some other cotton, higher weight cotton threads that I have, and or silks, maybe thinner silks, but I didn't. Because I said, oh, good golly, Michelle Bendy, you are so brilliant. What a great creative idea I'm going to make this bag my random motif bag, and or my craftivism, my craftyvism, my stitch to scream. There, stitch to scream. You know, when you can't scream at the world for people being dumb and unkind, you can stitch, and that lets out your scream or craft. So yeah, I think that, like, the Stitchers Collective Brilliant, which the Mother Nature from Miriam from Marroomy Designs was one of those patterns. I think I'll pick another Earth Day is Everyday pattern to put on here. I think that I have not yet started a Pride pattern from June, when they released their Pride package for charity. So, and then random. And so I just pulled a few books or whatever patterns that I had to show what my random would be. This was a free pattern I know I showed on a previous Flosstube from Heartstring Samplery. You can get this on their website. I think a peacock would look great on that bag. Right? I don't think I'd ever stitch that whole thing, but gosh darn it, I would stitch one of those little peacocks on that bag because I love those peacocks. Carolyn Manning, Daily Walk in the Woods. Not to say that I won't do this whole pattern someday, because nature calling me, but I really enjoy this tree with these little white mushrooms at the bottom. Are those mushrooms? Those are mushrooms, right? Or I really, whatever, any of the trees. I like that tree with the squirrel. Is that a squirrel? It's gotta be. And those mushrooms at the bottom. So there might be a tree on there. I think that these designs by Rebel Stitcher just need to go on the bag somewhere, because they're going to be small enough to fit wherever. If they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. One of my absolute favorites on this can go on there. Right? And then I got the Vanity Sampler because I really love Canvas Stitcher's floss conversion on this, and I do enjoy this. I love this funky flower, and I really love these houses for some reason. I am not a house stitcher, but I think because they're teeny tiny, and I would take the roofs off and make them look like little adobes. I would put that on there. I don't know if I'll get to stitching this whole thing, but I sure do like bits and pieces of it a lot. And I would still ask him for a floss conversion because I like that. I like that. And this is, oh yeah, and the floss is laying very nicely 1/2 on this, whatever count is, the mystery count. I'm going to say 58. Let's just go with 58. I think that's, yeah. I got to get a needle minder on here. My needle's just like, ding. And oh! I'm stitching in a hoop. Write it down, people. Write that day down on your Julie's stitching in a hoop. I have not stitched in a hoop since the late 80s, early 90s. When I was instructed on how to stitch in hand. I tried a Q-snap for a minute when I got back into stitching, and it just did not feel right to me. But when I started, I think that's why I miscounted and everything's a little wonky. Like, I have an extra wave. That's how I was off by 2 stitches somewhere. I have no idea because everything kind of lined up except for by a half stitch. I don't know. Whatever. It looks good. I love Ophelia. Anyways, I'm like, I'm just gonna try it. And yep, working out a lot better on this smaller count. And for my eyes, my old eyes. So yeah, I'm stitching in hoop. All right, what else? Holy cow. I'm gonna skip the kitting up. We'll do that next time, and hopefully I'm gonna try to make some videos every 2 to 3, 4 weeks. Summer's still gonna be hard, so September is looking like probably the best bet, but we'll see. It might, the 3rd weekend in August, I might not have too much going on. Anyways, for free for me, I think I skipped this my last video. I don't even remember what I talked about my last video. Today's for free for me comes to you from Jacob at Modern Folk Embroidery. I did it! I said it! I said Modern Folk Embroidery. I just gotta slow down. First free one on his website is Light a Single Candle. I love the sentiment behind this pattern. It's better to light a single candle than to curse the darkness. And the next one, of course I love. Let's be kind. Yeah, that's easy. Let's be kind. Just be kind. That's all. Let's be kind. I think this might have to go in my bag. I think this is a good bag pattern. And you know what's fun about the bag? I can now just stick this pattern into the bag so that I remember that I want to stitch the pattern on the bag. And all my flosses, oh, I forgot about this. Oh, shoot. Because I really wanted to show this one off. So the main color, see the variegation in that blue? And it is not coming across as well as it needs to. Maybe if I show you the floss. This is Night Stalker Calling Sapphire, and you guys, I've already messaged them on Etsy because they did not have any more out there and asked if they were going to dye more. I think this came in a box, one of the recent monthly themed boxes. Yeah, the camera is not doing it as much justice as I would have hoped it would. Pretty close. It has some of the most brilliant cerulean blue, and I love my teals right now. I love my deep dusky purples. I love my terracottas, but my all-time favorite color, and I don't think this will ever change, is cerulean blue. I'm a blue girl. I am all about the blues. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I just love it. And then I also, for the little these little, like, I think they're nautical signs, maybe. Again, that could be a complete lie. Deanna, if you ever watched, sure. Okay, I used Brennan Needle Kitchen Party, just because it was a lighter color blue, but it had all those fun little speckles, and you know, some of them came across. The Orca is in Bat Orchid. I gotta stop calling it that, or I will actually refer to it as that. And then just B5200, which I don't think came out of the bag. B5200 for the white. Okay, I swear I'm done with Ophelia now. I swear. I did for free for me. Flosstube friends, I already mentioned Nithya Daybreak Stitchery. Really, you guys, she works on such a large variety of patterns, and she is so smart. She's so smart, and just a wonderful human being. Another Flosstuber that I have been loving to watch lately is Cinematic Stitches, Michaela. I found her a while ago. She is quirky and cute and fun, and she is she's into a little bit of everything. Lots of like horror film stuff too, which is fun. But a variety of projects. Video games, if you are into that. I'm not. My son should watch her. And books. So she'll have some book talk. And then I just found a new one the other day. The Pink Stitchers, located right here in the great state of Wisconsin. So happy days, right? Happy times. Oh yeah, and Nithya is in the Midwest too. She's by Chicago. The Pink Stitchers, however, are all breast cancer survivors. It's a mom and 2 daughters. They go stitch at primitive gatherings, which I've not been to yet at all, but I left them a very crazy comment on their first video, and like basically said, I'm coming, when are you gonna be there? I need stitchy friends. Like totally desperate. So ladies, if you watch this, I'm not a creep. I'm not a creep. I do have an upcoming trip with some stitchy friends that I'm so excited about. Anyways, so yeah, you know what, you guys, like, where are we? 112. Oh boy. I'll show you a little bit of haul, and we'll move on to third A, because I don't know, or maybe I'll just show you whatever, and this will be as long as it is, and you know that from me by now. I don't know why I ever say. The last Night Stalkers Calling box. So you go to Etsy, Night Stalkers Calling. They have, I'm not putting this on my lip. They have boxes every month with a different theme, usually like a movie theme. Last month was, or just a theme in general, they had the Kraken. So we got 3 flosses. They always do a needle minder. It says get Kraken. Oh my god, that's so cute. Get Kraken. You know what, when I start Josephine, the Haid with the Josephine and the squid, I'm gonna have to use this needle minder. Get Kraken. Oh my god, that's so cute. That's going right here. And look at this. This is a thread threader. But it's a Kraken tail. Kraken tail? Sure. And then we got 3 flosses always. Midnight Zone. That's so pretty. Like purples and navies and blues. Ooh, goo 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 goo. Kraken, of course. Also, just a really awesome variegated. And Ocean Water. Oh, and what I was gonna say about the Sapphire is there's a monochrome there. I'm gonna find a monochrome piece to do with that. I will. But this time, which we don't often get with them, which I was so excited, they sent us a pattern, and guess who it is? Lola Crow, Moonlight Kraken. I have not opened it, but I would imagine that we're going to use some of these flosses. Yeah? Yeah, hey. How fun. Now I get to keep this stuff out. Put the box in the box. I have a box of boxes. When I sell some of the fabric I'm not using, I can ship it out in the box. The month before was The Never-Ending Story. Oh. One of my favorite childhood movies. Favorite. Falcor, the Luck Dragon. Oh, I love him so much. Oh, it's so cute. We got a little needle book with the princess has that on her crown, right? So yeah, little or thread. What do you call these? Thread bed needle book. But they even gave us a needle. Oh, it's a picker. No, it's a needle. The end just broke. Okay, that's all right. A ball, which well, if I give it to the dogs, it'll get ripped up, but a ball. Oh, a stress ball. Oh, that's staying right here in my office. And our flosses were a Treyu, the Nothing, of course, the Nothing, and Childlike Empress. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Box in the box. Put the box in the box. I also ordered some fabric from them because they also dye fabric. Not a whole lot, but this is Rock Fighter. So that was the colorway they dyed, obviously, for the month that they did The Never-Ending Story. Rock Fighter. Didn't I get a different piece of fabric from them too? Oh, brother. It was dark. Where did that go? Raw and unedited. Raw and unedited. Okay, can't find it. Sorry. So some other fabric that I've gotten just recently. I got this in a Friday night fight, and I don't know. I was like, okay. When it came, I'm like, what in the world? What were you thinking, Julia? What are you going to use that for? Because I'm not trying to be adventurous, but I'm not very good about, like, dark fabrics yet. But so this is, sorry I'm not taking them out of the package. Crinkle, crinkle. I do enjoy crinkling though. I do. I don't know what it is. Be Stitch Me number 194. It's a 20 count Ada. I'm really trying to build my 20 count Ada because I enjoy 20 count Ada. I like it. I like a good 20 count Ada or a 22 count. If you guys know where to get 22 count Adas hand dyed, tell me because I really like 22 count. Anyways, dark. It's dark. X-Stitch MD Shiloh has done some monochrome pieces in ecru or white or off-white. Oh, and I just love them. So she obviously uses a darker background fabric and then uses the ecru or white floss for the monochrome stitching, and I really enjoy it. So I also, Stitchy Box had a sale, which is we've all heard it, right? Sales on fabrics don't happen very long. And I will take this out, they had a sale on Fiber on a Whim. So I got this Muted Sedona. So it's this very burnt orange that looks like the rock formations in Sedona, Arizona. Whew, so pretty. And then I got a 24-yard flower silk in the colorway Jasmine. What do you think about that? What do you think? What piece, though? What monochrome piece am I going to find to do this? I also got, because it was a sale of Fiber on a Whim, so I also got the colorway Earth, which is also so pretty. Oh, look at those, look at that green modeling in there. Look at that. Oh, nature. Nature. It's getting blown out a little bit. I don't know about that. Maybe. I really like it out here though. So I need to find something. Something! Monochrome. Let me know. Let me know, you guys. Let me know. I'm gonna have to put all this back in the bags. Alright. Hand dyed. 20 count of just fiber on a whim. Where did I get this from? This was not Stitchy Box, so I'm not sure. I just got stone. Did I get this from Garan? I might have got this from Garan because I ordered some patterns. Or maybe 1, 2, 3. Milk and honey, 20 count, and cypress. I'm really into greens lately. My eye is trending to greens. I just don't know what pattern to spin on them. I'll figure it out. My fabric of the month for May from XJU is marbled hazelnut. Very pretty. And June was Tara wood. And I think dirty clothes, which is what I'm doing something on long time, was July, I think. Went to a thrift store. Look at this, $2. It's a Dimensions notebook kit that you stitch in, and you guys, there's the threads, you can see the holes, and you can do, I mean, I can put my initial in there if I would like. I can throw a J on there, or I could put whatever I want as long as it fit. So it might be like my new little Flosstube notebook. And then I just found some 22 count Ada little packages, you know, whatever. And the thing I like about these is I'm always experimenting with dyeing my own fabrics now, or trying to, or when I have time I like to. And getting little pieces like this from a thrift store, I can just do that and not have to worry that I'm ruining like this big piece of expensive fabric. So that's what it's good for. Okay, and then so there's this movement amongst some of us to procure work basket patterns. The work basket was I believe it was two ladies, from what I understand, Mary Olson and Candy Scott. They no longer design, and these are no longer produced. I had found some in a clearance bin at Lynn's in Madison, Wisconsin, and did not get all the ones that I saw because I'm a dummy. I did get a few there. So all of a sudden then Nithya and Miriam were talking about these work basket patterns, and they ignited and enticed me to find more. One of the ones I got at Lynn's was the owl rondelle. So there are 3 other rondelles: the cat, the swan, and the rabbit. I also thought about doing that. Oh, you guys. Oh, you guys. Hey, you guys. In the negative? I could do it in the negative. Or I could just do it in white. We'll see. Okay, anyways. So I went down the eBay rabbit hole to find the swan, the cat, and the rabbit. But I didn't stop there. At Lynn's, I had also gotten this one, Crow Hill, and I love, look at how the birds get longer legs going down the hill. Oh my god, I just love that. And I like the sentiment too. It takes more than fine feathers to make a fine bird. So true, right? I think I've shown this before actually, because it was literally like half price, or they had this whole bin. It was 5 for $10. So these were $2 a piece, because I'm sure I got 5 patterns. Miriam showed this one. So Miriam, I'm ready for our stitch along because here it is, Humble Home. Love it. Even if I would never stitch this whole thing, which I would stitch this whole thing, look at the cow. They're so funky and cool. Their designs are just so funky and cool. And this just looks to me like a mountain home with, yeah. In order to get either the cat or the swan, I had to get a whole package, which came with seasonal houses. So again, I don't think I'd ever stitch all of that, but I would stitch like motifs out of here, you know, on my bag. The ladybugs, the watermelon. This one is Proverbs. Again, probably wouldn't stitch these, but look at that funky tree. Look at the funky tree. And what was that? Like, there's just a rose hanging in the sky. They're just very unique, funky patterns. And this one was just alphabet blues, so it's just alphabets. Useful, always useful to have alphabets in your arsenal, right? In your toolbox to utilize on different patterns. I really enjoyed this alphabet. I really enjoyed it. Okay, just quick few other patterns that I have gotten recently. The blue flower animal alphabet. Fully intend to do this, probably not on a green. I'm not sure what, but I love it. Oh, I love her patterns, but I really love this one. And then I also got, because June was a month of strawberries, so I'm sure I ordered this in June. Strawberry bird. Look. That is so pretty. Those birds are so pretty. This I got on a D-stash because it's got a peace sign. This is a Samsara. It even came with the buttons. I will not use those. In fact, I don't even think I'll put this black and white border. I'm just going to do the peace sign with the flowers. I gave in. I love the Wizard of Oz and all things Oz and Wicked, so Away We Ride had to be in my stash. I will, maybe it'll be in October, but I also have Halloween Quaker on the docket, so we'll see. And have I shown this before? Or did I just get it? I don't even know, you guys, but it was in my to show. So Black Butterfly Sampler, Shaded Stitchery. A bunch of people are doing this. I am currently, you know, going through my crazy indecisive decision-making process of fabric and floss for this. And I may not do the alphabet. I may just do that, but I think that is so beautiful. And maybe it just needs to be done as she calls for, because it is glorious. It's very pretty. Oh, one other work basket that was at the bottom. God's Critters. Look at the birds. Look at, is that a goat? Like, what is that? Look at these. Look at these animals. Look at how awesome. Look at that peacock. So Miriam, we could start this one too. I wouldn't be sad. I know you have that one. You got all my work basket right here. I got some needle minders from P&B Creations. P&B Creations on the Etsy. pnbmakingmemories on the Etsy. Pam and Steph just keep stitching. You know, they do their silver and gold, and I used to sing this in my brownie troupe over and over again, so I had to have it. And maybe one day I'll be their silver. And then Stitchers Unite, because I thought that was cute. They are wonderful human beings. You get a hand-signed card. I can't imagine how many people off of, you know, Just Keep Stitching probably ordered from them, and they're doing this for everyone. Like, seriously. How kind. And they're really awesome needle minders. Super strong magnets. very good. Please go check them out and support them. They are wonderful, kind human beings. Wonderful, kind human beings. I'll talk more about that in an upcoming episode. I got the from Brennan Needle. I ordered their, I can't show it because it's just the pattern. I ordered the like July Floss Club, but then they had to cancel it. But I had also ordered the Stitch North, the bear. If you guys have seen anybody that have went to Stitch North, it's a Quirky, Quaker, Darling, and Whimsy Stitch North bear. And even though I didn't go to Stitch North, I can leave that off and just do the bear, because we recently had a bear come through and eat all of our birdseed and suet cake, so it was a fun time. I didn't get to see him, but he was here. So they send you the little, just like they got at Stitch North, a little piece of fabric and their colorway Muban. We'll go with it. But then because they had to cancel my July Floss Club because they weren't doing it. I don't know why. They sent me a free thing. Free floss. A free thing. A free floss. All the Tuts. I love their names. I don't even know what they're referencing most of the time, but they're cool. All the Tuts. So that was very nice. Gosh, see, there are good humans. There are good humans. And the reason, too, I think that I really like supporting small businesses, it's just so much more personable and they're so friendly. Okay. Let's get this out of the way. Oh, I got the charity bag from Garon. Because they were, Ronnie made these and they donate the proceeds of these specific bags to children's, St. Jude and so what other, St. Jude and somewhere else, some other children's hospital. And I'm a nurse, and that is important to me. Health care is important. Let me get this out of the way. All right. I'm gonna do books and then knitting and then be done. So I told you earlier that my life was interrupted by a book that I did not. Oh, you just saw it. I'm sure you know what it is. I devoured this book. Life stopped. The clouds parted. I did mostly nothing else in my free time. And even like if I had a 10-minute break from working, I read some pages of this book. Again, the hype is unbelievably off the charts real for this. I have not read a book that kept my interest. I mean, something on every page. Like, just the story just kept going and turning corners and making you want to know what was going to happen next. Fourth Wing, Rebecca Yarros. It is fantasy-ish, but I would say like realism with dragons. I don't know, because the stories about the people would mimic real life situations, but they're in a land where they live amongst dragons and other magical beings. Anyways, yes, I know you've probably heard 50 different people talk about this book already. And if you're still on the fence about it, read the book. Read the book. You'll read the book. So currently I am reading, which I think Cam the Stitcher, somebody recommended it. Maybe she's reading it right now. I don't know. Aluminum. The Midnight Library, Matt Haig. Yes, that's $1 bill as a bookmark. That's all I had on my bedside table. It works. I like it so far. I'm not very far into it. Few chapters. kind of a story about being down on life, a little bit triggering. It was a little tiny triggering for me, I will say, because a little suicide-ish rough. Well, the main character, without giving too much away, is unhappy. What happens is she decides that, like, that's it, I'm done, takes a bunch of pills, and then goes to this magical library in the sky. I don't know how else to refer to it right now because my brain's really getting tired of. Anyways, and all of the books there are different, like, life choices, and what I'm suspecting and what I've heard is that she will start to go through each book and see what her life could be if she made different choices, etc. Anyways, very good. And then grow a little fruit tree. Julie, why? I'm telling you though, if you are interested and or plan to plant fruit trees in your yard, this was recommended to us by the friendly young man who helped us pick out our apple trees at our local greenhouse. And he is a perennial geek, literally. I really could talk to him for hours because he does know so much. He has so much knowledge. He said, get this book, and it's about pruning your fruit trees and not being afraid to do so to a reasonable height, like 6 or 7 feet, so that you can actually pick the fruit and it doesn't get wasted, and why it's okay to do that, why it's still going to have just as much fruit. It was written by a lady who, like, researched and okay, here, I'll just read it. Ann Ralph is a fruit tree specialist with 20 years of nursery experience. She teaches pruning classes in the San Francisco Bay Area and lives in Sierra foothills near Jackson, California. And she has research referenced in here from other, like, experts in the field. And it's not like it's not a hard read. Like, you're not like, oh my gosh, am I in botany class? Or horticulture class. It's written for the layperson to understand and has a lot of great information. So I don't know. I have to get through it so that my husband can get through it, because he's still not convinced that we should do this with our new apple trees, but I'm convinced already. So stay tuned next summer to see if we hack off the tops of our apple trees. But grow a little fruit tree. Alright, that's stitching and books. I'm going to just quick knitting because there is not much, and then I will be done. Alright. Also in WhipGo this month, because I do have some knitting and crochet projects mixed in, I didn't pull anything. Jessie Marie did. She pulled the numbers. But for me, the Love Note sweater was pulled. This is a very popular pattern by Tin Can Knits. Do you have to buy it? Or is it free? I cannot remember. Mine will be longer, and my neck will be wider. And I did not do as much of the lace. I only did 2 repeats of the lace. So why don't I just show you? I am using for this just Knit Picks yarn. Not just Knit Picks yarn. It's still good yarn. Palette fingering weight in the colorway Brass Heather. And the mohair that I'm holding with that's fingering, I said that, double, is Aloft in the colorway Oat. So it is that together. And it's so pretty. It's so pretty together. I love this, like, mustardy yellow with this. So, mind not my novice knitting, provisional cast on, crochet, whatever. But here, my friends, look at that. That's going to be off the shoulders. I'm going to have to figure out how to correct that. this is my first provisional cast on, so I may not have done well. And I started this like a year ago. So see, I just did 2 repeats. I thought that was enough for me. And now I am working my way down the body. So my goal for this month, which if I can sit and stitch for a couple nights, sit and knit, is to finish the body down. Then all I will have is the sleeves and this neckline that I'm going to have to figure out how to really rig in. It'll be okay. So soft with the mohair. Oh god. But I would like to have this finished by winter time, which is not too far off. When you live in Wisconsin, you can always say winter is coming. I would like to have a sweater done because I have 2 others on the needles, and first of all, look at this bag that I got from a bag maker in the UK. Is that not the cutest bag? I love donkeys. I want a donkey. I need to get a donkey. Anyways, there's a dyer, Stress Knits, and she decided to take a break, a hiatus for however long. Things happen, you know, in her life, but I had never been able to get my hands on her yarn because whenever she put an update in her shop, it was gone. Like, you had to be on the ball, and I'm not on the ball most of the time. But this time I was, and thank God, because it was her last. So I got me some Surrey alpaca mulberry lace weight, and I got me this color, this fingering 80/20 in the colorway Palm Mines, and I am going to make myself a sweater. I am going to hold those doubles. And I think, I don't know, I'm still looking. I haven't decided for sure, but I am really enjoying this sweater. It looks warm and cozy and comfy, and that is what I am all about. Warm and cozy and comfy. And it's beautiful. And I think that it will look amazing with those color schemes. I also got some, she did have a minis pack. Sorry for the crinkle. Look at how pretty those are. Scarf, hat, mittens. Not a big shawl person. A lot of people knit shawls with minis. And I'm just not a big shawl person. If I have people in my life, I guess, that are shawl people, I could do it for them. But we sell she. All right, that's my cue to be done. Again, thank you. Thank you for being here. Like, subscribe, all the things. You matter. You're awesome. Nobody else told you today I love you. Be a good human. Take care. Be safe. And I will see you sooner rather than later next time. Peace.